Planet Rock posted some photos of donuts that he bought at Walmart, and allegedly the expiration date on those donuts had been changed at least twice. When the first Best By date had passed, Walmart put a sticker on top of it with a new Best By date.
It's maddening because Walmart chose to do this.
They were about 35 days old, past the sell-by date.
This is potentially a disaster.
A Walmart employee has just revealed a brutal truth about millions of dollars worth of food that is silently rotting on shelves. With SNAP benefits frozen for 42 million Americans, the products sit untouched, past their expiration dates, while families go hungry. That's a shocking collapse of the system, with full shelves but wasted food, and a country's lifeline quietly decaying.
It is incredibly conflicting and challenging time for families at the same time where everything is more expensive.
The shelves are full, but the food is dying. That's how one Walmart worker described what's happening inside America's biggest grocery chain. Bright lights, packed aisles, everything looks normal from a distance. Walk closer, and you see a quiet crisis no one wants to admit. Yes, I'm talking about food past its expiration date, untouched, unsold, rotting slowly in plain sight.
It would be impossible for us to make up the full difference of what is being disrupted. And we know it's just going to add to the lines that are already very long at the food pantries that are serving our communities today.
This didn't start because Walmart messed up. Millions of Americans suddenly stopped buying food. When the US government shut down SNAP benefits, the lifeline for 42 million people froze overnight. That decision paralyzed an entire supply chain. SNAP pumps over $8.3 billion into grocery stores every month, and Walmart alone grabs a quarter of that. When benefits vanished, so did the customers.
There's a bill right now from Senator Hawley, a Republican, a conservative Republican, that could ensure SNAP is funded. It has Republican and Democratic support.
You can only imagine the loss in productivity if Walmart's employees begin to lose some of the food that they were getting, or they begin to lose some of that discretionary income that they were getting.
Inside Walmart, silence was shocking. Checkout lines disappeared. Carts rolled by half empty. Weekday mornings that once bustled now echoed through aisles full of food no one could afford. And shipments kept coming: milk, bread, produce, meat, all on schedule, waiting for buyers who never showed up.
As millions of Americans face losing critical food aid because of the government shutdown, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer today says he is willing to vote for a Republican-led bill extending food stamp benefits. There was a legal obligation for USDA to use that contingency fund, I believe it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 billion, to fund SNAP, even though what would be required for November is something to the tune of $9 billion.
By November 2025, Walmart's CEO admitted the impact. Nearly $2 billion lost in a single month. But that number doesn't capture what workers saw on the ground. They are losing sales and also watching food expire before their eyes.
It's a bill I'd happily support and vote for. And as soon as Thune would let Hawley put it on the House floor, it will pass. Plain and simple.
In grocery coolers, milk dates weren't rotating. Yogurt piled up instead of disappearing in a day. Fresh meat that usually sells out every morning sat there by the weekend. One worker said, "We've never seen so much food expire before our eyes."
We're Republicans, we're Democrats, we're independents, we're foster and adoptive families. We all use SNAP. It is not a partisan issue.
That's when the real dilemma began. Walmart's system wasn't built to stop. It's designed for non-stop movement. Products flow in, customers buy, shelves restock, repeat. But when SNAP stopped, the system jammed. Pallets kept arriving, no demand to absorb them. Employees scrambled to find space for shipments that no one was buying. Some stores tried to fight back with markdowns, front-rotating old stock, anything to move it. But markdowns don't matter when people have no money. Bread that was $2.50 could be $1 now, but it is still unreachable if your SNAP card doesn't work.
The Trump administration has also said it will not dip into an emergency fund to keep the program running. We're joined now by Joel Berg, the CEO of Hunger Free America, and Casey McBlase, a SNAP recipient concerned about losing her benefits.
In the chaos, Walmart's strict food policies blurred. Officially, expired items are removed or donated immediately. In reality, staff shortages and overflowing stockrooms made that impossible. Some workers were told to hold it till the last day because throwing it out wasn't an option. Donations lagged because food banks were overwhelmed. Too much food, too little distribution.
At my food bank, we've seen the demand for food assistance increase by about 70%.
And here's the cruel twist. The food is expiring because people are too broke to buy it. Every spoiled carton of milk represents a family cut off from benefits. Every rotting apple is a missed meal. 94% of SNAP recipients shop at Walmart. When their cards fail, the impact is immediate, visible in every aisle. The result includes a freshness crisis like nothing Walmart has seen. Food lingers, aging in plain sight. Back rooms overflow with unsold bakery items. Freezers bulge past capacity. Trash bins fill with what used to feed families.
Certainly, it starts with just making sure we are in dialogue with our elected leaders, both here at the state level and up in DC.
Walmart isn't alone, but because it handles so much SNAP spending, it's ground zero. The scale is brutal. Billions in food sitting idle, waiting for a buyer who can't come. Employees say throwing away food while families go hungry feels wrong. Some even buy expiring items themselves. A small rebellion against a system collapsing in real time. This is what happens when a food aid program freezes. Not just hunger, but rot. Perfectly good food decays on clean shelves. Aisles brim with abundance no one can touch. Walmart loses money. Millions lose meals.
This administration has used donations to pay members of the military. They have used tariff money to fund other interests. Is it really hard to believe that they wouldn't be able to find somewhere to funnel government funds to be put to a program that helps feed some 40 million Americans?
And that's the story behind the claim that all Walmart food is past its expiration date. Not a conspiracy, a symptom. Shelves are full, fridges cold, lights bright, but the system feeding them is dying from the inside out.
It's finding ways to make ends meet. Grateful for any sort of assistance programs. We're on WIC for my daughter, who's 13 months old, to get her formula and food.
We're watching it rot. That's what one employee wrote on Reddit. That sentence hits harder than any headline. Behind smiling rollback signs and always fresh promises, there's a secret every worker knows but few admit. The food is staying too long. Carts aren't moving, dates are catching up, and the smell, that's when the clock has run out.
From my former husband in January of 2023, and after that happened, I applied for SNAP, and it was the first time in my life that I had ever applied for public assistance. I fought lots of feelings of shame and embarrassment, and I still do.
When SNAP froze, Walmart didn't just lose shoppers. It flooded with food that wouldn't move. Employees shared the same story online. We're told to keep it out till the date hits. There's too much to pull. It's not laziness. Too much food, too few hands. Stores are short-staffed, back rooms crammed, managers juggling chaos. When yogurt hits its sell-by date, they ask, toss thousands of dollars of food, or quietly leave it.
Another area where Walmart is enormously impacted by SNAP benefit spending is that many of the employees at Walmart, many of them may be members of SNAP benefits. They may have a family member that received some.
You can feel the exhaustion through the screen. One shift lead said, "We throw out so much milk now it feels criminal. But if we don't, we're told to mark it down and make it look fresh." Markdowns don't help. Who buys milk when SNAP cards don't work? It's a lose-lose. And it's twisted that Walmart isn't selling expired food on purpose. It's drowning in it. Volume is too high. The system can't breathe. Aisles look stocked, but behind rows of cereal and soup, a slow-motion expiration countdown ticks.
Majority of people on SNAP are children, right? Followed by people who are older adults, and then follow with people with disabilities.
Normally, expiration dates are friendly suggestions. Best by, use by, sell by, not death sentences. But now, these labels are the only thing separating fresh from foul. Food sits for weeks. That Best By label turns into probably not. Milk and meat aren't the only victims. Cereal goes stale, crackers go oily, flour smells off. Changes unnoticed before are everywhere now. Even cold sections aren't safe. Refrigerators are full. Temperatures fluctuate and dairy spoils faster. Produce browns overnight are all on display, fresh enough for customers who want affordable groceries. The heartbreak is that those who can still buy wonder if it's even fresh. Spending more, getting less, second-guessing every label. It's not paranoia, it's a food supply stuck in limbo.
It is uber competitive. It is razor-thin profit margins. It is cutthroat.
The irony is brutal. Poverty now creates waste at an unprecedented scale. SNAP Freeze didn't just break households, it broke the grocery economy. Nearly $8 billion in sales vanished in 1 month. Not a slowdown, an economic crash in empty carts. For Walmart, that money was motion. SNAP shoppers kept the system alive. Without them, milk sits, bread waits, produce wilts. When it expires, it goes to the trash. Dumpsters overflow. Bread, cheese, rotting fruit, dumped because it couldn't move fast enough. One worker said, "We used to fill 1 bin a week, now 3 a day. And while food dies, families a few miles away go hungry. Abundance and hunger side by side."
Into the impact of SNAP food assistance running out, a program that helps to feed some 42.
Walmart doesn't want this, no company does. But full shelves and warehouses leave no choice. Donations backlog and even food banks turn away truckloads of expired or near expired goods. It ends in landfills, rotting alongside lost meals. And here is the bigger picture. It's not just Walmart, it's America. A SNAP freeze triggers a chain reaction in which good food goes to waste because no one can buy it. Poverty, not just empty stomachs, it fills dumpsters.
The Trump administration has also said it will not dip into an emergency fund to keep the program running.
Workers are trapped in the middle, pulling expired stock, throwing away meals, bearing the weight of it. Witnesses to a silent disaster that looks like grocery aisles but feels like moral collapse. Inside Walmart's glowing aisles, the truth isn't about sales or discounts. It's darker. A system so broken, food spoils faster than people can eat it. We don't sell expired food. Walmart's line, clean, corporate perfect, technically correct. Policy says items nearing use by are pulled, discounted, or donated. No rotting apples.
It's the new name for food stamps. And essentially, it's the same. 42 million Americans get SNAP benefits.
But workers tell another story. Rules make sense until the reality hits. Stockrooms full, shelves full, dumpsters overflowing. That's when the system chokes. One worker said, "We don't want to sell expired food. We just can't move it fast enough." Freshness depends on movement as millions of people buy, eat, and restock. But as the SNAP vanishes, rhythm breaks. Donations can't absorb it. Markdown bins overflow. Managers watch pallets of milk ticking down like dairy time bombs. Officially, expired food doesn't hit shelves. In practice, it's chaos, a corporate game of Tetris trying to fit too much food into a system built for flow. The truth leaks. Reddit, employee groups, backroom smells.
So we are doing what we can to ensure that we're being as efficient as possible so that we can deliver low prices.
The system wasn't built for this collapse. America's biggest grocery chain is overflowing with food nobody can afford. And behind rollback signs and price tags, the human toll is staggering. 86% of SNAP recipients said benefits didn't last a month, even before the freeze. Now, nothing. Parents pass stocked shelves knowing they can't buy milk or fruit. Kids ask, parents walk faster. The aisle feels like a museum, all to see nothing to touch.
But it's also shocking and depressing in another way that 42 million Americans need food help. And
Food insecurity among families with kids hit 17.9%, the highest in years. Millions of kids are growing up hungry while a store overflows with food. Brutal irony, richest retailer surrounded by abundance, poorest Americans surrounded by hunger. Full shelves, empty stomachs. The SNAP freeze is not political, it's rather biological. Warehouses built for motion are now frozen. Milk doesn't care about gridlock. Bread doesn't pause mold growth. Each day adds thousands of expired items. Walmart's $2 billion loss is a symptom, a rotting indicator of America's fragile food system. Suppliers cut back. Truck deliveries are slow. Farmers feel it. Food ends up stuck in clogged pipelines. The system rusts in real time. When Walmart says managing inventory, they mean fighting spoilage. Every refrigerated aisle is a battlefield. The enemy isn't bacteria that spoil the food, but bureaucracy. And Walmart's crisis is a warning for the country. One missed SNAP cycle rots food on the biggest shelves. Maybe the system had already expired. In the richest nation, food goes bad faster than people can afford to eat it. Walmart's aisles are a mirror of America. Full shelves, empty wallets, decaying hope. Produce wilts first, but trust spoils faster. The smell isn't merely confined to back rooms or dumpsters. It's in the air. A system pretending it's fresh when it's gone off. Subscribe, like, and comment why you like this video for a chance to win a new Apple MacBook.